Happy New Week. Welcome again to English Language with Madam Claudia. Today is Monday, the 19th of April 2021, and we are having English Language right now with Junior Secondary 3. Okay, today I would like us to revise what we saw in our last class by doing a quick test on vocabulary. Here is a quick test on vocabulary. They say it again. It hasn't rained, so there isn't enough water. And they give you a lack of. That you should repeat a sentence using a lack of. So to say it again using this phrasal verb, it hasn't rained, so there isn't enough water. We are going to say it hasn't rained, so there is a lack of water. Number 2, my grandparents looked after me when I was young. My grandparents looked after me when I was young, and you've been brought me up. My grandparents brought me up, full stop. My grandparents brought me up. The third one is, his research showed that he was right. They give you confirmed. His research confirmed that he was right. Number 4, there was a mistake in his argument, and they give you flaw. There was a mistake in his argument, and they give you flaw. There was a flaw in his argument. The next one is, eye color is passed on from parents. Eye color is passed on from parents, and they give you hereditary. Eye color is hereditary. Number 6, her work shows great promise. Her work shows great promise, and you'll be given potential. Her work shows great potential. We always, mistake here. We always follow school rules, adhere to. We always adhere to school rules. Number 8, the police are looking for more evidence, and you've been given proof. The police are looking for more evidence. The police are looking for more proof. Number 9, which is the last one, I need to get used to my new environment, and you've been given surroundings. I need to get to my new surroundings. So that's a review of the vocabulary of last class. So our topic today is grammar. We'll be looking at grammar today and question forms. That is on page 60 of our student's book. Page 60 of our student's book. No? Sorry, page 61. Page 61 of our student's book. That's the new topic today. And we have question forms. We'll be treating question forms. There are 2 types of question forms, which are the subject and object question forms. And we'll be defining or differentiating between the subject question form and object question form. We will take number 1, which is subject question form. Subject is when, subject question form is when the question is followed by a question word. When the question is followed by form is when the question word is followed by a verb in an affirmative form. We have one example here on the board. Who played tennis last night? Who is a question word that is followed by a verb in an affirmative form. Who played tennis last night? Answer: Julia played, or Julia. Then let's look at the second question form, which is object question form. When do we use O? When do we say a question is in an object question form? Object question form is when the question word is followed by a verb in an interrogative form. Object question form is when the question word is followed by a verb in an interrogative form. Let's look at one example. Who is a question word, and do. Who do you play tennis with? Question mark. Who do you play tennis with? This is the question word followed by an interrogative form, do. Who do you play tennis with? Answer: I play with Julia. I play with Julia. So we'll just differentiate the two question forms and we'll go to the topic that has been given us under explore. They say multiple intelligences. Multiple intelligences. When you hear of multiple intelligences, what do you think? What comes into your brain whenever you hear of multiple intelligences? There are lots of different theories about intelligence. A psychologist named Howard Gardner suggested that there are 8 types of intelligences. So this answers the question, means the different ways of learning. Intelligence means the different ways of learning. Since we've already seen the definition of intelligence. So we have a quick test to do. A quick test is found on page 61. Explore. They say, which activity interests you the most? Which activity interests you the most? Which activity interests you the most? I have chosen A, which is reading and writing. Reading and writing interests me the most. I like to read and write. Number 2, who does the most interesting job? Who does the most interesting job? To me, we have options there, but I chose option A. There is a journalist, a scientist, an architect, a computer, a composer, a basketball player, a conservationist, a psychologist, and a philosophy. I choose number 1, a journalist. Number 3, which birthday present appeals to you? Which birthday present appeals to you the most? To me, I chose A, which is a book. There are other options there. You can see it in your book. You can make your own choice. We have games of logic, a canvas and paint, a musical instrument, etc. I chose a book. Which school subject do you prefer? Which school subject do you prefer? I chose A, English language. There is math, arts, music, PE, natural science, psychology, philosophy. And we have the last question here. Who do you or how do you memorize the information information you need for an exam. I choose A, invent phrases. There are other options: make logical connections between events, draw diagrams, invent songs with the information, walk around your bedroom, gesticulating and studying, sit in a garden to study, study with friends, relate the information to your own life. So that is the end of this exercise, multiple intelligence. And if we look at the top right hand of our book, page 61, we will see the learn this board, which is talking or which is throwing more light on what I've already explained on the board. Subject question. When the subject question was how many, what, which, and who are the subject of the question, we don't use the auxiliary verb do. Means when the subject question starts with any of these words, which are, I'm going to put them on the board for you. We have how many. We have how many. Yeah, how many. Who. Sorry, it's how many. We have what, which, and who. They tell us that when the question was how many, what, which, who is at the beginning of the sentence, we don't use the auxiliary verb do. What happened last night? That's an example. What did happen last night is wrong. There are two questions there. What happened last night and what did happen right last night? You can see that what did happen last night has been cancelled because it is wrong. So the correct one is what happened last night. Which bus stops at the hospital? Which bus does stop at the hospital? Which bus does stop at the hospital is wrong. Who wants to go to the cinema? Who does want to go to the cinema is wrong. How many people come to the meeting? How many people did come to the meeting? That one is also wrong. So we have our grammar reference on page 106 of our textbook. Please turn to page 106 of your textbooks and copy your notes there. After that, in our next class, we shall be seeing exploits. Meanwhile, you have your homework in your workbook, page 53. You are not submitting your assignments. I don't know why. Please do well to submit your assignment. And the day for submitting the assignment is Friday. Last Friday I didn't receive any assignment. Please do these exercises that I give on daily basis and submit them on Friday. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.